Hello, everyone. Welcome back to On Point Politics. And today I'm going to be going over Biden's best case scenario for 2024. If you guys do enjoy the video, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and make sure you share this video with the friends so we can get the channel out on the algorithm. I'm very supportive of all the recent support we've had on the channel, gaining almost 400 subscribers in just a few days. That's absolutely insane, guys. I'm forever grateful for all the support and the momentum we're getting on the channel. And to reward you guys for supporting the channel, I am actually going to be streaming on Monday for the Iowa caucus. I know some people were saying that I said Iowa primary. I apologize about that. I am going to be streaming the results of the Iowa caucus and be giving my live analysis on the results. So if you guys do want to see that, please stay tuned for Monday and I will let you guys know what time the stream is and all that. And so without further ado, let's get into Biden's best case scenario for 2024. So I think for Donald Trump, I think he's still going to win a couple of the Republican states by a safe margin. I think he'll win, his, 2020 coalition by a good amount. I think Kansas and South Carolina are going to drop down below the safe column. I think Kansas would be a 10-point win for Trump, and I think South Carolina would start getting closer to like a 6-point win, 7-point win in that scenario. I think Alaska would drop down to like a 6, 7-point win as well. And I think Iowa and Ohio would drop down to 7-point wins each. I think Florida would actually be like a 5-point win. Even in a worst case scenario for Trump, I think he would actually still win the state of Florida by over 5 points. In this scenario, Biden would basically frame the economy in a way where, he basically kind of blames it on Trump, and the whole January 6th rhetoric would basically work. So effectively, this would be the 2024 election if it was the 2022 midterms, essentially. That's basically what we're looking at in this scenario. So he basically kind of recreates all his victories in New Mexico and Minnesota and Virginia. He does fall a little bit in these states, but he basically recreates all his victories with similar margins, but slightly worse margins. So then now in Texas, it would drop below a 5.5-point win to a 4.5-point win. I think Biden would just kind of gain with some college educated voters. That is the number one driving force of this worst case scenario for Trump slash best case scenario for Biden. It really is a video where I'm basically going to be going over what if Biden just outperforms with college educated voters that fall for the whole January 6th rhetoric. I think this is going to be that video where I go over that. And so North Carolina would still be a 2-point win for Trump. I still think he'd improve in the state. I think New Hampshire would be a likely margin, or possibly even lean. It'd probably be a 4.5-point win in that scenario. Maybe even Minnesota actually drops below likely. It would probably be 4.5, 4 points as well. I think Wisconsin would still vote for Donald Trump, even in a worst case scenario for him. I still think Trump would win Wisconsin. I just think the trends there, are just not good for Democrats. And I think even if Biden were to win the popular vote by 3 points, 2.5 in his best case scenario. And so I think because of that, I think Trump would still win Wisconsin by about like 0.1, 0.2 points. I do think Biden would win Georgia by 0.7%, kind of similar to how Raphael Warnock won it against Herschel Walker within that first round. I do think Michigan would be about a point victory. I think Arizona would actually be Biden's strongest state across the swing states from 2020. I think he would actually win Arizona by 2 points. In a best case scenario, probably even more than that. And I think Nevada and Pennsylvania would be really close. I think Pennsylvania would be like a zero point 0.5 victory, and Nevada would be like a zero point 0.2 victory for Biden. So effectively, Wisconsin or Nevada would be the closest state in the whole election. But pretty much this would be the scenario for Biden for his best case scenario. His approval ratings would get a little bit better. The economy, including wages and the correlation of prices of food and different things would improve. So living standards would improve slightly. His approval rating would go up just a little bit. Trump's approval rating would go a little bit down. Basically, the whole January insurrectionist thing would just kind of mobilize a bunch of people, and the issue of abortion would mobilize people more than, political analysts would think. And Biden would be able to recreate a similar victory to 2020, except he wouldn't win Wisconsin. And you could even make the case that he probably wouldn't even win Georgia in a best case scenario because of just the polling there's just really bad for him, or even a state like Nevada may not even be in the cards for him, even in a best case scenario. But we'll just have to get closer and closer to election day to kind of see if that holds up. So if you guys did enjoy this best case scenario for Biden video, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with the friends so we can get this out on the algorithm. And I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. On Point Politics, signing out.